Let's be honest, you're playing a psychological game every single day. At work, with your family, maybe even with your closest friends. The scary part? Master manipulators are winning this game by default. They wrote the rulebook, and you were never even told you were playing. They operate in the gray areas of social life, turning your own kindness and emotions against you. But what if you could learn the playbook from the Grandmaster of Strategy himself? We're about to pull back the curtain on 5 insights from Machiavelli that will give you the mental armor to not just play their game, but to flip the board and reclaim your power. Niccolo Machiavelli. Just hearing the name probably conjures up images of tyrants, backstabbing, and ruthless power grabs. For centuries, his book, The Prince, has been called a handbook for dictators. But if you dismiss him as just some evil genius, you miss the entire point. Machiavelli was a realist. He didn't write about the world as it should be. He wrote about the world as it is. He knew that power has its own brutal logic, and if you choose to ignore it, you become its casualty. Now, we're not here to learn how to become tyrants. We're here to dissect the manipulator's playbook, to understand their moves so we can make them powerless. Because real power isn't about controlling other people. It's about making damn sure no one controls you. These 5 secrets are your new mental shields, designed to protect you from the psychological warfare that's happening right under your nose. Secret 1, the art of calculated detachment. First up, building your mental fortress. Manipulators don't just want you to do what they say, they need your emotional buy-in. They feed on your reactions, your anger, your guilt, your hope. Your emotions are their favorite weapon. Here's how they do it. They'll provoke you just to get a rise, then use your reaction to call you unstable. They'll dangle a promise of affection, of a promotion, of a better life, always keeping it just out of reach to keep you hooked. They know that a person running on high emotion is a person who can be easily led. This puts you on a miserable emotional roller coaster, and they've got the controls. One day you feel on top of the world, the next you're worthless. This cycle isn't accidental. It's designed to create dependency. It wears you down, messes with your head, and makes you crave their approval just to feel stable, and that's when they know they've got you. The Machiavellian solution is calculated detachment. Machiavelli advised that a true leader must be guided by cold, hard reality, not fleeting feelings. To outsmart a manipulator, you have to adopt this mindset. Stop reacting to their words and start analyzing their actions. Think of their behavior as data, not a personal attack. When they shower you with praise, ask yourself, what are they setting me up for? When they try to get a reaction, give them nothing. Your calm is a mirror they can't stand to look into. This isn't about becoming a robot. It's about becoming a strategist in your own life. You're observing the game, not getting swept away by it. Secret 2, exposing the Trojan horse of flattery. Secret number 2 is all about recognizing the weapon that feels like a gift. The most dangerous manipulators don't come at you with a sword. They disarm you with a smile. And strategic flattery is their sharpest blade. Here's the trap. Flattery creates a fake sense of connection. The manipulator will study you, find your deepest insecurities, and then praise you in those exact areas. They make you feel seen, understood, brilliant. It's an intoxicating lure because it taps into our fundamental need for validation, and it feels so good. You let your guard down, thinking you've finally found a true ally. But this flattery is a Trojan horse. It's a beautiful gift rolled up to your gates, designed to get past your defenses. Once it's inside, the manipulator's real agenda comes spilling out. They start with small favors, then bigger ones. They use the trust they've built to make requests you'd normally laugh at. And now saying no feels like a betrayal because they've made you feel so indebted to them. They've turned your own ego into their puppet. The Machiavellian counter is to look every gift horse in the mouth. Machiavelli knew that favors and flattery were just tools of power. So when you get a compliment, especially a big one, thank them for it and immediately get curious. Ask yourself 2 things. What's the timing here? And what's the motive? Is it happening right before they ask for something? Is it meant to paper over something they did last week? A genuine compliment feels different from a strategic one. You can usually feel it. By analyzing the context, you stop being a grateful target and become a savvy investigator. Secret 3, seizing control of the narrative. The third secret is about protecting your most valuable asset, your own reality. The darkest tool in the manipulator's box is gaslighting, the slow, methodical process of making you doubt your own mind. It's psychological poison, dripped slowly. The manipulator will flat out deny saying things you both know they said. They'll twist your words, question your memory, and hit you with lines like, "That never happened. You're just imagining things." or the classic, "You're being way too sensitive." The goal is to shatter your confidence in your own sanity until their version of reality is the only one you trust. This spirals into a fog of confusion and self-doubt. You start asking yourself, "Am I going crazy? Did I remember that wrong?" You find yourself apologizing for things you never did and taking the blame for their bad behavior. For them, that's checkmate. When they control your reality, they control you. The Machiavellian response? Become the undisputed historian of your own life. Machiavelli built his strategies on facts, not feelings. You must do the same. Document everything. Keep a private journal, save the emails, screenshot the texts, create an undeniable record of your interactions. Then when the gaslighter tries to rewrite history, you don't argue. You don't get pulled into their distorted game. You simply state, "That's not how I remember it," or "I have a different record of that conversation." You anchor yourself to your proof. The goal isn't to convince them, it's to reinforce your own sanity. Your clarity is a shield they can't break. Before we hit the final two secrets, and trust me, these next two are critical for protecting your personal freedom, I want to hear from you. What's the most common manipulation tactic you've had to deal with? Drop your story in the comments. When we share, we all get smarter. Recognizing these games in the wild is the first step to shutting them down. Secret 4, manufacturing your own value. This secret is about seeing the invisible chains of obligation. Manipulators often look generous, but their generosity is a carefully laid trap. It's designed to create a debt that they can cash in whenever they want. It's the weaponization of reciprocity, and it often feels like guilt tripping. The manipulator does you a favor you didn't ask for, gives you a gift you didn't want, or offers help you didn't need. This isn't kindness, it's an investment. They're creating a psychological IOU. The pressure comes from our natural instinct to repay favors. Now you feel like you owe them, and when they finally come to collect, it's almost always for something much bigger than the original gift. If you say no, they'll call you ungrateful or selfish. They use your own conscience against you, making you feel like the bad guy for just holding a boundary. The Machiavellian move is to realize that obligation is a currency of control, so you control what you owe. Your first line of defense is to politely refuse unsolicited gifts and favors. A simple, "That's so generous of you, but I can't accept," is a powerful move. If you can't avoid it, you can either return the favor with something of equal value to clear the slate, or simply thank them without accepting the invisible strings attached. Even better, start making your time and energy a little less available. Manipulators love people pleasers. By being more selective with your yes, you send a clear signal. My resources are valuable and can't be bought with a cheap favor. Secret 5, the divide and rule defense. Our final secret is about defending your castle walls. A manipulator's ultimate goal is to isolate you, because an isolated person is an easy target. They use the classic divide and conquer strategy. The manipulator works to cut you off from your support system, your friends, family, and colleagues who have your back. They plant little seeds of doubt and mistrust. They'll say subtle things like, "Are you sure you can trust her?" Or flat out lie and say, "You know, your friend was saying this about you," just to create conflict. The result is devastating. As your support network shrinks, your reliance on the manipulator grows. They become your main source of comfort and information. Your world gets smaller and their voice gets louder. Without anyone on the outside to give you a reality check, you're trapped in their web. This is the manipulator's endgame. The Machiavellian counter is to treat your alliances like your most important strategic asset. Machiavelli knew that real power comes from strong, loyal allies. You have to actively protect your social circle. When you sense a manipulator is trying to drive a wedge between you and someone else, drag their games into the light. Go directly to your friend and say, "Hey, I wanted to check in. Person X said something that made me think you might be upset with me. Is everything okay?" This does two things. 1, it instantly exposes the manipulator's scheme. 2, it strengthens your bond with your friend through honesty. Manipulators thrive in secrets and shadows. By building a team based on open communication, you create a united front they simply can't break. And there you have it. 5 Machiavellian secrets to outmaneuver any manipulator. 1, practice emotional detachment to stay grounded. 2, question flattery to find the hidden agenda. 3, control the narrative by owning your truth. 4, create your own value to dodge the guilt trap. And 5, protect your alliances to stop them from isolating you. These aren't tricks to become a manipulator. They are the strategic shields you need to navigate a world where these games are constantly being played. Machiavelli's wisdom isn't a handbook for evil. It's a lantern to see through the darkness. You're no longer an unknowing player in their game. You now have the rules, you have the tools, and you have the power to win. If you're ready to keep mastering the art of social dynamics and protecting your mental space, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. The game is always on, and we're here to make sure you're ready for it.